These are the Bloody Marys. I got a few tanks of those. This is like the one with the white line on the back. Yeah. So that's a nice black.
Greens are one of the more rare colors.
I'll show you. There we go. A couple greens here. This is a plant room. This is Buse plants. You got yellow and brownie ghost. These are mats I do.
Variety pack them off.
Yeah, and then there's usually a Buse plant in the middle or something like that.
I just like the fact that you're playing around with different things. You're not just doing one thing.
These are F1, so the wild ones I got from Europe a while back. Those are the green ones. Yeah, these are all long fins. These are the Bloody Marys. I got a few tanks of those. So, trying to see if I can get a few out for you.
Oh wow, yeah.
So,
Nice dark red color.
yeah, that's the Bloody Marys. So we got that. Here we have a mixture. I'm trying to select certain colors, so it's kind of, you'll see, trying to get the dark blues and the marbles, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. See if I can get, you know, gotta go easy because there's so many little ones in here. So yeah, in order to come up with some new colors, you gotta let them breed and see what comes out. So, you know, it's hard to tell there, but you see, you get a mixture.
It's kaleidoscope.
Yeah, and then you get some dark blues and
some lighter blues.
Really, and then you get the like a black really there.
Tons of shrimp, different sizes too. They're clearly breeding healthily.
Yeah, they're definitely, you know, it's a little cold, but not too bad. This is a different one, also another one. I'm working different colors.
And these are all neocaridina, right?
Yeah, everything I do is neos. I kind of do better with those, and I could do the other one, but I'd have to get the soft water.
Yeah, this makes sense with the hard water.
So this is a kind of get. What I'm looking at is these ones, the dark blue with the white stripe down the middle. So you got a lot of greens too. I got a lot of greens. I haven't really.
Greens aren't that easy to come by. You see them every once in a while. But
yeah, I got lots. I got plenty of those.
Greens are one of the more rare colors.
I'll show you. See, these are the cherries, but even they look pretty good.
Yeah,
but
so they still look pretty decently red.
Yeah. Shells. Yes.
Trumpet snails.
Yeah.
Bladder snails. And pond snails.
So these are the cherry. They're not as bright as the other ones. You know?
It's still nice looking red.
And then yellows. Let me just go on this side. This is another mix. I'm trying to work with different colors, but this is more blue. Different kinds of blues. Trying to work on certain colors. So more patterns.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see some of the reelies in there too.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of nice mix.
Yeah, trying to work on some stuff, and it's like anything else. You're going to keep that genetics so it's nice and strong. You know, when you do this stuff. This is more Bloody Marys, I think, but yeah. But for some reason, this Bloody Mary once in a while gets me oranges.
Oh, I see an orange. That's a nice looking orange too.
Yeah. So these are, once in a while I get oranges out of this one. So it's Bloody Mary, and some of them are skunk pattern.
Okay.
They got the white stripe on the back, so it shows up better.
Oh wow, yeah.
It shows up better when it's on the under a light in a tank.
You can kind of see it though. You can barely see it, but
yeah.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a skunk pattern or whatever, the fire or wet fire or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I see the yellows. The yellows get it a lot, but you don't see that.
Yeah, some yellows get it, some don't. And this is this is cherries, but they produce oranges.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see if I can try to view right here. So there's the red cherries and orange. They produce both. And again, this strain produce a lot of the skunk pattern.
Okay.
And then you get different orange. You get orange or green with green with the orange tail and things like that. You know,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's genetics, right? It's you're trying to select and trying to come up. This is all orange, Sakura, whatever. So they produce a little bit of reds, but mostly oranges. Like a nice, you know. So,
yeah.
And once in a while, I get a green one in there.
Yeah, it's nice. The greenish. Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. A couple greens here.
Yeah. Those are really cool.
Yeah, you have to
really kind of get in there. But
yeah, it's kind of tough. You got to get the lighting right.
yeah, but I can. They almost look. Some of them look. It's like a yellow one. It's like yellowish green. Almost.
Well, they get it's the yellows. The green come out of the yellow.
Okay.
And depending on the food and the conditions, you know, you get stuff like that. And then here's blacks.
It's hard in the camera, but
Yeah.
I know these blacks are polarized.
Well, exactly. So I don't know if we can get it. But no, I didn't get it. But these are mostly black. We're gonna black, but some of the black produce a bit of red, and it's nice and dark. You know, like you look at something like this.
Yeah, that one's like nice, solid color.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's nice.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's a nice black.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, so trying to work on that.
I
Slowly.
think you have these the never clog air stones.
Yeah, we get those from China.
Okay. They work well for you, huh?
Yeah, well, they don't break down,
That's
and they're easy to clean. Selective breeding all the time, trying to work on the colors. And
I got a question for you. What are your opinions on duckweed? I see you got it some places. Is it like
it goes on and off. No,
it is what it is.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of good and keeps the nutrients down and keeps the water clean. I kind of get rid of it as I go, but
If it gets too much.
yeah. And then in the summer it tends to bloom. In the summer it blooms, and then in the winter it goes away. It's on and off.
What about snails? Snail populations? That they get too much out to feed.
I don't really have. I got snails, but if for some reason they don't go nuts.
How long have you had these tubs set up? Like how long has this building
Yours have
set
been
up?
here 15 years. And I do yellows over here.
Yeah, you can see it's more solid on the top a little bit.
Yeah, this is like the one with the white line in the back. Sky blue libidochromis.
Okay.
And it's not many.
Those are an African cichlid.
Yeah, this is African. These are F1s, so the wild ones I got from Europe a while back.
Okay.
And I bred them a little bit, but I'm not really an African guy as much. I used to do a lot of Africans, but I kind of stopped. And then, so I played with little oddball stuff. But I'm probably going to find a home for them at one point, you know, because it's not up my alley. Trying to get the blue here. Here we go.
You can see that shit.
They don't have any black on them at all. No on the fin, no black anywhere. So just a solid white libido with a bit of gold on the head. And then mostly empty tanks here and there. This is pretty much all empty. And I play around with some bushy nose here. And then I work on the, these are the red ones.
Super reds, okay.
And then I got a bunch of babies in there, dark.
I
But I also got the red ones in there, the baby there. See that? So they kind of like throw a bit of both.
Gotcha.
So here's a little
Yeah,
baby red right there. I think you can see it right there. So they're, you know, with the lighting and stuff, if you look in the top, you can see them better.
yeah, you can see the bigger ones. You can tell the specs.
Yeah, here you can see them albino now, or the gold ones better, or the red
you
ones.
You got some shrimp in here too, like some
Yeah,
lighter
there's
shrimp, like some snowball shrimp.
Yeah, they're mostly yellows. They're not the yellow fire.
I got you.
And there's a colony of the red pleco there, whatever. You see them, all the nice brown ones, like good patterns working on the. Those are the green ones.
Okay.
The green.
Yeah.
You see the color? It's like they got nice patterns on them.
Yeah.
Green and albinos, they both mix.
You can see the whole color on the whole wall there.
Yeah, even the babies are nice.
Yeah.
There's a bushy
You can
nose.
see, when you can see the pattern in the babies.
Yeah, these are all long fins.
Green long fin.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to tell with the angle of the light there. There's eggs in there. I don't think you'll be able to see it.
Yeah. I can see it in person, but yeah, it's hard. I see it in person, but on the camera you can kind of see it. You can see them in there.
And I got these guys. These are regular bushy nose albino, so they're breeding well.
Look at the size of those guys.
Yeah, they breed well.
The caves you use, like your females probably push out hundreds of eggs that size.
Yeah, about 150. Yeah, there's babies in. No, there's no babies in here. But I don't know if I can get this guy out. So.
They like to hang tight in there.
Yeah, these are 2-inch pipes, so they're pretty good size. Come on. Doesn't want to come out. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's hanging in there, man. It's a big cave.
Yeah, so yeah, they like that. And I got spawns on all stuff everywhere.
This is a fairly new experiment you got going?
Yeah, it just started. Just playing with it, and then I do, like I say, different moss, different setup, and I do like these little gardens.
Okay, so a little mix of moss, a little mix of boost, and some other plants in there.
Yeah, a little bit of Buse, a little bit of Java fern.
Oh, awesome.
So, and this is mostly Christmas moss. And then I got different moss. I got like 12 different mosses out here. So, and then I got stuff that goes crazy depending on the type of moss. So, I think this is erect moss and other things, you know, so you see.
Yeah, that one's really taking off.
Yeah, so I just, you know, experimenting, Malaysian wood and
okay, so you got some stuck on some coconut fibers, you got some stuck on some piece of wood.
Yeah, so
that's
you
a really
get,
cool, unique piece of wood right there.
Yeah, so this is like a Christmas moss again. So this is Buse plants. You got yellow and brownie ghost.
That's awesome. I don't really see many people doing that.
Yeah, just playing around, trying to learn stuff and then trying to get little pieces and see what works. And I got other mosses too I'm working with. And I mean, it just grows. Sometimes you get little pieces like that, you know. Play around with, this is erect moss, or flame moss, sorry. This
Flame moss, okay.
Trying to work on that. This is pearly moss.
Okay.
So, or riparium, I call it. You can see. And then when it grows well, it gets into this. If you get mats like that, it's like mad.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can really see that. It's nice and thick.
Yeah, I gotta cut that. And I'm playing around with coral moss.
Okay. There we go.
So we gotta work on that. Got some trying to work on that. It's just trying to get things going. This is some of the mats. And I'll touch them for like a month.
Oh smokes.
Yeah, so this is Christmas moss.
Wow.
So
yeah, I've never seen it like that. It grows so thick.
So it grows, you know, depending on the lighting, and so I can take that and mount it on wood and or whatever. Don't know the name of this one, but I'll have to. I'll have to look. I think this is erect moss. I think not flame moss, but it's a little different. So you can see, yeah, I play with different, you know, different types of lighting. And then I got, this is Sapens moss, which I'm working with. It's like a micro moss.
I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, it's like really, really.
It's tiny, thin.
Yeah. That's the Sapens, or I can't remember. That's the.
How many different types of moss? I mean, you at least
I got like
different dozen.
I got. I'm working on almost 20.
Okay.
But these are the ones I'm concentrating on right now. This is they call them weeping moss. This is the weeping moss.
Okay.
A little different. So underwater, it'll tend to droop over the wood. So people like this one, the mount. So it grows a little differently. And then this is I think you got frogs in here. So, yeah.
I still really got that.
So these are mats. I do different mosses. So I put 2 or 3 different moss on the mat.
Okay.
So
a variety pack of moss.
Yeah, and then there's usually a Buse plant in the middle or something like that.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
And then there's I put 3 strips so people can cut them and do whatever they want. You see it here on this one pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can see the division between the different types. Yeah.
And if I trim those, then they'll start branching off. Right now, I'm just trying to grow it.
Yeah, then I see a little boots in the middle too.
Yeah, they're just trying to get it going. So there's all kinds of little projects. You can see more mosses.
As a whole,
this is a plant room pretty much for
so
moss, but it's mostly experimental.
We're a small little section of greenhouses here, so we've been looking at all these trays and these tanks up top. What are these, like a 20 gallon? Like these like a 15?
The 40s, 40 longs.
Okay.
40 flats actually. 40 breeder flat.
I've never seen that. 40 breeder flat. Okay.
44 4-foot tanks.
That's pretty cool.
They're only 8-inch tall.
Down here, you got. I mean, I see some fish in here, but there's not too much.
Mostly
really.
endlers, different types of endlers. You know, and they kind of like make fertilizer for the water, so I can grow different mosses and different plants.
So this is all on one system. These fish.
Yeah, it's on one system, and then these guys do well with the kind of I won't say fertilizer, but the nutrients and stuff. And then I got different play around with Buse that I try to, you know, those are the ones I buy mats, and then I use them for mounting.
Okay.
So there's different Buses in here. We got some really tiny stuff.
Just laying around.
Yeah, I buy big mats from Borneo, and then I break them down and I get them ready to mount. And then I got all kinds of little, tiny little, because this is what people like, you know.
Yeah, nice little healthy crowns.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then there's some nice, you know, like you get nice shiny leaves. It's all grown underwater for right now, so that it's got the nice roots coming down. This is a new one. This is can't remember the name of this moss again. Anyway, but you can see, right? I try it with different lighting.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look good like this, but when you put it under light.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, it looks weird in the tank, but when you pull it out, you can see.
So
I just like the fact that you're playing around with different things. You're not just doing one thing.
yeah,
You're just
exactly.
seeing what works differently, what you can get
Yeah,
at.
and I got, like I say, 20 different mosses that I'm with, and some stuff I collected in Europe, some stuff I collected up north or locally, and then I just try it, you know.